There's a diner off Highway 8 that's still open after midnight. The waitress still remembers how we'd split the fries and laugh at nothing. Last week I drove by and parked outside for almost an hour, watching strangers through the window, trying to remember what it felt like to believe forever was a real place. Back then we were 23 and reckless, drawing plans on paper napkins, talking about a house with a porch swing and names we give to children we'd never meet. You looked me in the eyes beneath that buzzing neon sign and said, no matter what happens, I won't leave. Funny how one sentence can haunt a decade. I kept that promise alive, longer than we kept us alive. Carried like a photograph, folded thin in my wallet. Some people break hearts with goodbye. You broke mine with certainty. You broke your promise. That's the wound that never healed. Not the silence, not the distance, not the way you disappeared. It was the trust I built my future on, the ground beneath my feet. You left me standing in the life we planned, holding keys to rooms we'd never see. And every year that passes still brings me back to that moment. You broke your promise, and something inside me broke with it. Whoa. Yeah. For months I slept on one side of the bed, like loyalty could change the ending. I left your coffee mug in the cabinet, couldn't bring myself to move it. Friends said time would fix the damage, but time was never the carpenter they claimed. It only taught me how to carry broken things without dropping them in public. Then one November evening, cleaning boxes in the garage, I found a letter I had written to myself the night you left. It didn't mention you. It talked about surviving, about becoming someone stronger than the pain, about learning that abandonment says more about the one who leaves than the one left behind. I barely recognized the person who wrote it. Maybe healing isn't forgetting, maybe it's finally seeing the truth. The promise wasn't my mistake, believing your actions after they changed was you broke your promise. But I carried both our weight for years, blame my reflection, question my worth, drowned in invisible fears. I thought losing you defined me, like a scar becomes the skin. But the hardest truth I ever learned was that your leaving wasn't where my story ends. And every year that passes makes that lesson harder to ignore. You broke your promise, but I don't belong to it anymore. Stood empty beneath the storm-filled sky, like a chapter finally closing itself. The rain hit the windshield hard, and for the first time I didn't ask why you left. storm outside was honest. It never claimed to be the sun. Some people stay, some people don't. That's a truth bigger than heartbreak. You broke your promise, but I finally stopped carrying the blame. The future we imagined died, yet somehow I remain. Now there's light inside this house where loneliness once lived, and peace arrived the day I learned not everyone can give what they promised to give. So if your memory finds me, it won't find the man it knew before. You broke your promise, but I kept mine, I survived. And that's worth more